Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Podcast Underground. I am your host, Mike Perez, and tonight I had the pleasure of watching Jennifer Garner in the revenge story Peppermint. My friends and I saw how awful the reviews were from most of the industry's movie critics, so that made us even more excited to watch it. Normally, if I see that Rotten Tomatoes gave a movie a terrible review, I am more inclined to want to watch it. Okay, so first things first, let me just send out a message into the ether to all these so-called movie critics. It's no secret that many of you get paid to sway your reviews. You guys are just as crooked as the villains in the movie I just watched. Your critiques are old, worn out, and as tired as you are. The only thing you're all up in arms about is that it's a woman you don't like or approve of and or not a man in the leading role. Perhaps if it would have been The Rock, whom you put in almost every movie, your bias would have been completely different. It's been way too long since I have seen a great action flick with a strong female lead without the need to sexualize them. I feel this movie is incredibly underrated and did not get the marketing it deserved. There have been studies and a plethora of articles backing up all of my statements and allegations. Historically, Hollywood hasn't been kind to women. From the lack of female directors, lesser paid female stars, and women comprising only about 20% of all speaking roles in movies, it's really easy to speculate that the film industry swings heavily in the favor of men. Not to mention the countless sexual assault allegations that have recently poured out, as well as demanding physical expectations continue to pigeonhole women as an object rather than artists in the industry. The male dominance in this arena is out of touch with movie-going population, given that women buy half the tickets sold each year. It's sad that what they are seeing on screen are women who are less defined than their male counterparts. Just in the last few years, however, we have seen some progress, with Gal Gadot taking the helm of Wonder Woman, who was in fact mildly sexualized but still portrayed as a strong female character, was also directed by a woman, Patty Jenkins. Patty Jenkins is the only female director in history to direct a film with a budget of over $150 million. Let me tell you, the movie was a global hit and grossed over $821.8 million, saving DC's ass after its previous flops. It made a statement. This goes to show how the industry has undervalued women in not only the leading roles, but in direction and production as well. In the television world, the leading cast of The Big Bang Theory willingly took a pay cut so that their female cast members can get raises. There should not be this type of gender divide in 2019. We are better than this, and I hope the trend of strong female leads not only in the big screen but across all positions in America can sometime soon find a balance and equality. Now to the movie in discussion. Peppermint was paced rather quickly but gave you just enough backstory to understand the situation and to root for her. Peppermint has grossed over $46.5 million worldwide with only a budget of $25 million, which the numbers are low, but at the same time, they almost doubled their money, so they can't call it a total flop. Through and through, Garner's acting was superb, particularly the scenes where she was sobbing after getting stabbed or when she was hurt. You felt like she wasn't acting anymore, and that shit literally just got real. There's twists and turns and a believable narrative to back it all up. Many, including myself, were wondering, why not tell us more about how she became such a badass in 5 years? Well, Marvel has already done that for us in the past with many of their movies, so the redundancy sort of felt unnecessary after thinking about it. Every time she ganked somebody, it just kept getting better and better, because we as citizens of this country know how fucked up and corrupt our government is. This movie just puts it out there and shows us that sometimes justice needs to be served in a more unorthodox way. I know this may be a bold statement because some of you listening know how much I love John Wick series, but to be honest, it felt like it was comparable in its action sequences. This was honestly how The Punisher should have gone down. You could have called it The Punisher with Garner as the lead in it, and it would have been completely satisfying. I think it just comes down to the industry. The industry is a lot smaller than people may think. It's cutthroat. It's just unfortunate we as consumers can no longer trust in movie critics because of their opinion. It's just not valid or fair anymore. If you look at the audience reviews, it's honestly 90% great reviews, 5% lukewarm, and 5% hated it, which is okay. I don't want to shove this movie down your throat only to have you hate it and then myself lose credibility. but I think that at the very least, you'll find it enjoyable. I am giving this movie a 7 out of 10 on the Mike meter. I think it was well written, well directed, but for me, what stole the show was Garner's authentic performance. Okay, wait, there was something I absolutely hated about the movie. The bad cop's mustache was cringeworthy, but that was my only qualm with the flick. If you have an opinion about this review, please feel free to comment or shoot me a DM. We can hash it out on the air if you want. If you get a free minute, your support means the world to me because it's how I grow. The Instagram is at PODCASTUNDRGRND. Give me likes and follows. I'll love you for it. Pretty soon, once the viewership gets a bit bigger, I'll be doing some giveaways and fun stuff like that. Thank you for listening, and stay connected for our next episode coming soon. Remember, you can listen to this on Apple Podcast, on Spotify, on SoundCloud, or directly on www.thenerdunderground.com. Thank you so much, and have a great day.